everybody, and welcome back to the Hilltop Pillbox here in Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. Had a little scare there. My camera, which my wife bought me in way back in 2016, didn't seem to be zooming for me at all. It was stuck at the extreme zoom, and couldn't get it to work. And I thought finally the little motor has given up the ghost, because sometimes it makes a bit of a whirring sound. But here it is. Alright, so happy days, it's all working. Now, we have some pretty big attacks going on here with Japan, but first, so what we got here is I got 52 bucks, and with that we're going to buy 9 subs and a destroyer. And you say, well, that doesn't add up to 52. It does when you have your tech of the improved shipyard. So everything's a little cheaper. Subs are $5 a pop, destroyers 7. So it's 45 plus 2. Alright, so we spent just the right amount on tech. Alright, so of course we've got some stuff going on here, and I contacted Hell on Wheels and told them that I was coming into Calcutta. Forgot to put out something for Burma here. We're coming into Calcutta, and we're bringing everything we can. So of course there's going to be an attack here with these fine boats. So this actually is not a done deal, right? He's got 2 destroyers, a cruiser, a battleship, and a sub, right? And he said he's not scrambling. So that helps me out a little bit. Coming into Malaya, I'm going to bring in man and artillery. They're going to come down to Malaya. Attack there, and then these 2 planes are going to come in as well because they don't have anything else to do. I could bring them over to here, but dang it, that anti-air I think is going to chew up my planes. He's got ATC, so he's going to be shooting at 2s. We have some other stuff going on here. These 2 guys are both going to go into Shan State, actually. I know I have the arrows going this way. I'm going to take that one off because we're going to have these trucks come down. I thought we were going to do... I don't know. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that. Okay. Sorry, I've already had a bit of a turnabout here. So those guys are going to go into Kwang Tung. And these 2 trucks are going to go into Kwang Tung. And these 3 trucks are going to go into Kwang Tung. He's only got 1 guy there, but dang it, I don't want to mess this up. Also coming into Kwang Tung is going to be this bomber. I'm going to bring in 1, 2, 3. 2 more guys, so I'm going to add it to this group here, and I'm going to swap that out. Hopefully that made sense to everybody. So Kwang Tung's got quite a force there for now. Also going into Burma is going to be our ground forces here. We got a man, artillery, and 2 tanks. This guy here is a transport. And then we're going to have this transport bring these guys into... This is a mess. I'm going to put this on the battle board before we fight. Now, hopefully we'll win this. I'm willing to sacrifice carriers just to get through this. And then land these guys here. Okay? And then, of course, all the Japanese planes represented by this token here, which is, of course, this mess over here. So I'm just going to put these guys down here. And we'll add that up. Okay, so that's what's going into Calcutta if we win the sea battle. I really hope we win the sea battle. And that's it for the attacks. So we have Hong Kong. We have Shanghai, these guys going in. We've got Burma. We've got these walk-ons. Hong Kong I talked about, and Calcutta. We got Malaya, and then we've got this transport picking up these guys and coming down to Borneo. Alright, so I've got the old battle board out here, so give me a second here. I'm going to set this up, and yeah, we'll get going here. We're going to probably, I guess we'll start with the big one. Start with the big one. Okay, so here's the battle for Sea Zone 39, just outside of Calcutta. Got the hit die here ready to go, and here's everything set up. I'm going to do order of casualties in the order of the boats. It may come down to a choice between, sinking a wounded battleship or a cruiser, in which case, of course, take the battleship and leave the cruiser because it defends better, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So we both have subs, we both have destroyers. So I've got 2 at 2, I've got 1 at 3, and 1 at 4. So that's my lineup, and here we go. My 4 missed, but a 2 hit, so that's alright. Got 2 hits. 2 hits, just so we remember. And he's got a lot more die. Well, he's got 1 more die. He's got his 1, he's got 2 at 2, he's got a 3 and a 4. So he's got the extra 1. Ouch! He got more hits on me. Okay, so he got 2 hits. I'm assuming he's going to lose the sub and a destroyer. I think that's a fair assumption. And then I lose 1, 2, and then 3. Ouch. Good night. Alright, so I still get my 2 2s, a 3, and a 4. Need to get lots of hits here. Alright, well, we got 2 more. I think in order of casualties, well, we'll roll his dice first. So we got 2 more hits on him, so we got 2 there. Now we'll roll his response. Okay, just 1 hit. So in this case, I would take the destroyer. I would keep the sub because now I'm kind of forcing him, who took 2 hits, to probably hang on to that. Otherwise, I get a sneak. So I'm thinking with the 2 hits that he's going to take, he'd probably get rid of this. It'd be down to a 2 and then off. That way he still has 2 dice, a 2 and a 3, and I don't get a sneak. So hell on wheels, if that's not what you would have done, okay. Otherwise, it's these 2 are gone and you got 1 at 4. And I might get a sneak where I get a hit on you. So I'm assuming this is probably what you want to do. This is the one problem with YouTube games when you live on different continents. Okay, so wait a second. I'm not taking the destroyer. I'm taking the wounded carrier. I'm going to hang on to my destroyer. All right, so I got 2 at 2, 3 and a 4. Here we go. I need 2 hits. I got nothing. Nothing. Not just sweet nothing. You got 1. All right. So now I'll take the destroyer. Nothing. That's so sad. 2 hits. Okay, so that's everything. But the sub missed, so that doesn't matter because he kept his destroyer. And he got 1 more hit. Good night. Alright, well, in that case we will lose the sub. Alright, so we lost 2 carriers, a destroyer, and a sub to his sub, 2 destroyers, a cruiser, and a battleship. So I think money-wise, I think we lost a little more there, but we did make it to Calcutta, and now we've got the big battle. Alright, so we're going to put on all these guys here. These guys coming in, we're going to drop them there. Hopefully the plane doesn't get shot down. And then we got all these aircraft. So we're just going to bring these over here. With his ATC, I know that we're going to be taking some of these off. He's got 9 shots at me. So 9 shots at 2. 6. Just want to make sure I'm not forgetting something here. Pretty sure that's everything. Alright, here we go. Ouch! Guess that's right on the bubble though, isn't it? I should have expected to lose 3. Okay, so what I want to do is make sure I keep my 4s as my 4s here. So I've got 6 at 4, which means I need, or 6 tacticals, which means I need to keep 6. And he shot down 3, so, well, that's a tactical, so I got 7. Well, I don't think I have 10 fighters. So 1, 2, 3. That leaves me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess the best I can do. Tacticals will come in handy later anyway. So we'll do that. Okay, so he killed 3 just like that. Ouch. We haven't even put his stuff on the board yet. We got fighter, 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 tank, tank. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 3 AA guns. Alright, well, time to fight. So we've got, starting with 3 at 1 and 4 at 2. I'll figure out the 3s in just a second. Alright, so 3 hits. So that's his AA guns. They're gone. Okay. And now we've got, at 3, well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fighters at 3, and then we'll have a tactical joining them because it's not paired up with the fighters. But I do have a tank, don't I? I have a tank, so I guess those are all 4s. So, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I got a tank there. So I got 7 at 3. 6, 7. Alright. Here we go. Okay, so 4 hits on that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so 4 there. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at 4. So 7 at 3, 7 at 4 for future reference. Now I only have 6 black dice, so I'm going to have to roll one of them again. Okay, we only got 3 there. 4. Okay, so 4 more hits. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I didn't even get into his tanks on round 1. I don't know if I should have hoped for more there, but it is what it is. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at 2. 9 at 2. So you got 5. You got 3 last time. What will happen this time? More. He's got 4. Alright, so 4 Japanese infantry, 5 Japanese infantry. Or, sorry, 3 and 4. So you got 4 hits there just with his 2s. Good night. You're rolling well, Hell on Wheels. And then you got 2 at 3 and 3 at 4. Oh, come on. Terrible. Terrible. 5 for 5. Well, there's those. And I got to keep the tank, so that's 3. And then we'll pair these up. So 4. Actually, I'll hang on to the... Yeah, 5. Oh, man. Lost 5 aircraft, and there's many more to die if he keeps rolling 5 for 5. Alright, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm only going to have 5 at 4. And then I've got, I think I just counted 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, I've only got 5. So 5 at 4. Okay, so I should have 7 at 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so 7 at 3. Oh, man. Even though taking Calcutta would be so expensive, and I haven't taken it yet either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's everything. Yeah, he's only got 5 units left, but he certainly made a show of the last round. How many more Japanese planes are going into the meat grinder? Well, 3 more. Alright, so we will lose a fighter and 2 tacticals. Alright, so that's it for Calcutta. Ouch. So I lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 planes. 8, count them, 8. And I only took with 1. So okay, well he can't come take it with anything, so at least I've got that for a turn. Grr. Alright, well, on to Burma. So we got 2 at 3 and 2 at 2. 2 at 2 and 2 at 3. Yeah, there's all the hits. And he's got 1 at 2 in defense. Nothing there. Okay. So he's going to come off into here. Going to mix up my live pool and my dead pool. I don't want to do that. All right. Malaya. Okay, so I've got a 3, a 4, and 2 at 2. This looks like my naval battle where I was getting nothing. Here we go. All right, good. Got 1 hit. Malaya. He has his 1 Anzac infantry. There we go. All right. Then we have Kwang Tung. This one here is a little dicey because it's a lot of 1s, but I do have 2 at 2. I'm just going to do that there. So 2 at 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at 1. So 7 at 1 and 2 at 2. Taking another page from Gargantua, where it doesn't matter how good they shoot, as long as you got a lot of them. Hey, it works. Look at that. 3 hits with the infantry. And he's got 2 coming back in defense. And 2 hits. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why we take a lot more stuff. Alright, so 2 infantry just died for me. And 2 infantry for him. I forgot to get a token out for Kwang Tung. The Singhai's a walk-on. I think everything else is... Oh, Borneo, that's a walk-on, yeah. So now it's all non-combat moves. Okay. These guys are in here. So non-combat. This bomber came from here at 1, 2. And now it can fly 3, 4. We're going to land him in Kwang Si with the air base. This guy's going to land in Kwang Si with the air base. These planes, who I actually had thoughts of maybe landing over here, can move 3. So this carrier is going to go 1, 2. And they're here. They'll go 1, 2, 3. And snap back on to there. All these boats are going to go 1, 2 up to 19. There, that is there. Now all these fancy dancy planes, of which there are far fewer than there were a moment ago, have a range of 2, which means they can only land back in Yunnan. So all those planes are back in Yunnan, and all meaning 3 fighters and 5 tacticals is all that's left of the vaunted Japanese Air Force down there. So maybe I should have built some planes, eh? Who knew? The guys in Anhui, there's 1 artillery, and 2 men are going to go back up here, replenish the 2 that left. The mech and the artillery are going to go here and here. This Japanese infantry is going to go into the Kunlun Pass. So artillery is going to go to Sichuan. You know, nothing better to do. And I think I got... everything. Everything has been accounted for. All right, so we are going to adjust the monies. So Japan is up 3, 4, 5, 8, 12, 15 on the UK. So up 15 on the UK. So that is from 38 up to 53. And drop 15 down to 22 for the British. All right. And then we're up another 2 because of French Indochina to 55. And that is it for the money. This is a real mess here. All right, put that over there, clean that up later. All right. That is, I believe, that is all the non-coms I was wanting to make, all the combat movements I was wanting to make. We go quickly. So, of course, America's in the war right now, and I was debating whether or not to go for the Philippines instead of Malaya. And I thought, no, I'm going to go take Malaya now. It's a long way from anything the Brits can do about it right now. The Philippines, hopefully I'll be able to get to and contain before the mighty American fleet gets down here. Don't know if you watched the last episode where we were rolling for everybody's tech, but America did not get their tech. I don't know what it is, but yeah, honestly, I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue because he's bought some battleships, but he's also bought some subs. So it could be a naval thing, and because he's spending every dime in the Pacific here, I think one could assume it's a naval thing. And then he built a Soviet naval base up here, ostensibly for the Americans to use to have easy access to Japan and the coast. So, in order to somewhat have a little bit of a response for that, I built these 9 subs and a destroyer. And those are all going to go right there. Fairly unceremoniously. They're going to go right there. In fact, do I want to do that? Yeah, I do, because I don't... Oh, but wait. I can build them in 6A. I'm going to build them in 6A. Now, I don't know if there's a huge difference for that, but 6A I still have access to the Japanese port as far as I know. With global war games, everything is based on a territory, whereas with BBR and Axis and Allies, it's based on the whatever sea zones that territory touches, right? It affects. So I'm assuming that I still have access to the naval port when I'm in 6A. If I'm not, I will move it back down to 6. And that's everything for the Japanese. So we've still got our less impressive Air Force. There it is. Get some of those guys on flight stands here. And we are at 55. But of course, that is no longer good. But this is good. This is a one-time payment, unfortunately, but it is worth 3. And we don't have any of these. And we don't control all of them. And we do control Calcutta, so we are going to get 5 for that. And we do control all Chinese territories. So we're at 55, 60, 70, 75, 85. So I've got 85 for Japan. I didn't save anything. So at 85, so that's 50, 60, 70, 85 for Japan for round 5. All right, folks, hope you've enjoyed that. We've got some interesting things happening around the world. Now it's America's turn. We're going to see what we see with this fleet. Scary stuff. And I may have to just bulk up Japan and make sure he doesn't take it. Maybe he's got the advanced transports or improved transports, and maybe he's going to carry 3 things over each. He's got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He doesn't have 12 units, so maybe not. But I have to be careful because the Anzac are down here, and they obviously have some designs on things. It's such a great game. So right now, I'm supposed to do a bit of an update as to the number of victory points we have as of right now. So as of right now then, we'll start with Japan because we're here. So we've got Tokyo, Shanghai, Hong Kong, Calcutta. So that's 4. We've got the South Asia point. That's 5. We've got the China point, which will never hold. That's 6. And so that is it for Japan. We have 6. Then Italy has Cairo for 1, Rome for 2, and That is it. So that's 8. And then Germany has Paris is 9, Berlin is 10, Warsaw is 11. And then we have the Reich point for 12. So that's what we have so far. Not really sure how things are going to progress here in the Pacific. I think the reason I have these sheep here is they're probably going to get shorn by the Yanks if I can't respond. I'm going to do what we can to respond, but it's going to be pretty tricky. All right, folks, thanks for watching, and we will let you know how things are going shortly. Back to Hell on Wheels. He's going with the Yanks. Still have Manila, and then on to UK, and then we'll see if Italy can make things happen in the Med. Wish us luck.